the tech industry really bust? And has AI really taken over all the software engineering jobs? Let's talk about it. Welcome to my channel, you guys. It's your girl KD, your favorite tech girly. On this channel, I talk about tech, faith, finance, and fashion. I used to be a former fashion girly. Now I'm an engineer. I actually work as a systems design engineer working in cloud and automation. I used to be a software developer, so I do have a little bit of experience talking about this tech thing. And I really wanted to explore the topic of how this whole big AI push has completely shifted the tech industry. I like to deal in reality and I like to state facts. I don't want to be the doom and gloom, but I think we all know that this is happening. The tech industry has busted. The workforce and job market is an absolute dumpster fire. I don't think we have fully really recovered from COVID. Getting a job is extremely difficult nowadays, whether you're experienced, whether you're entry level and you're just trying to get your foot in the door. It's hard out here for everybody. It's not just hard out here for a pimp. It's hard out here for everybody. And what makes it even more difficult is because 4 or 5 years ago, you had to compete with qualified individuals. You just needed to be able to pass a technical interview. Nowadays, you're competing with a superior technology that can problem solve and write code in a matter of minutes or seconds. And so now the stakes are a lot higher because they're not what they used to be 4 or 5 years ago. 4 years ago during COVID, you would be able to go to a boot camp, take a few courses, study your data structures and algorithms, and actually land a job as a software developer. Now that doesn't seem like it's enough. The stakes are much higher. The requirement list has changed, and so has companies that are looking for talent. So here's the $1 million question, friends. Should I even pursue a career in tech? Is it even worth working in the tech industry? And I'm gonna say yes. And to give you some excitement and some hope, there's one word that gives you a competitive advantage while the industry is still adjusting to this whole AI and machine learning push. And that is transition. So you heard it right, transitional. In this transitional period, this is where you have the biggest advantage because a lot of the bigger tech firms like Microsoft, Meta, Apple, Amazon, and Netflix, and even Google, they're the big tech firms that really control the trends and how the tech industry pivots. However, friend, there are a lot of companies out there that have not fully adopted AI. And this is what you can work to your advantage. And there's a lot of other companies in the beauty space and supply chain, grocery chains, retail chains that need technical talent, that need software developers, that need designers, that need product and technical project managers. Because they have not fully adapted the technology, they still need the talent to manage the daily operations of their business. So in this transitional period, this is where you can really dive into figuring out what are the jobs that have longevity that will be around when this whole AI push has come full circle in the entire workforce, and figure out what roles that you want to do, what roles will be around, so that the time that you're putting into your studies, the effort that you're putting into skilling up, you want to make sure that the roles that you're looking at in this whole AI world will be around in the next 5 to 10 years, because you don't want all your efforts to fall if there's a job that may go away in the next 5 to 10 years. Then you can also use this to do projects, to learn, to find communities online, people that are like-minded, go to workshops. There is a lot of big companies like do free workshops that you can find on. As you're skilling up, you should also look into a lot of free training and workshops that they have out there. So if you go on LinkedIn and you type in like AI training or something like that, you'll see a lot of the workshops that companies offer. Some of them are free. And that is a great way to connect with employers and people actually working in the spaces that you want to work in. Another thing that you could also do is look into companies that offer free AI and machine learning training. I'm going to put the picture up here, but I believe IBM, Adobe, and a few others actually, and Harvard offer free AI and machine learning training, which is really, really dope. And it looks really great on a resume. But what looks even better is being able to build a project and even talk about that. Another thing that you could also do is look for online communities. So like GitHub has a lot of dev communities that you could reach out and talk to people to see what projects people are doing with the technology. Really immerse yourself and become obsessed with it. Like really Google what are the high demand skills in the AI space. What is one or two things that I could learn really, really well? And so when AI gets fully adopted everywhere, how I can take advantage of that and make myself somewhat job ready for the workforce it's a really big shift happening. The baby boomers are retiring at an alarming rate. We're losing a large piece of our workforce. The tech industry is going to boom again, but it's going to be in a different way. But while we're in this transitional period, you want to do everything you can to learn about it. And I don't care what industry you work in, even if you don't work in tech, if you work in healthcare and medicine, if you work in the food industry, if you work in administrative services, whatever industry that you work in, you really want to educate yourself on what are the trends that are happening in your industry, in healthcare, what are trends what skills are associated with those trends, and what can I pick up to make myself more marketable and ready when this transition period happens. And it's a big shift happening, but this is also one of the best times to learn and use AI as a tool to help you learn. So the tech industry may be a dumpster fire, but oddly enough, I'm actually still hopeful. And even myself, I'm trying to come up to speed with understanding AI and what are some of the automation and some of the things that you can do. So even though the tech industry is still a trash bowl, it is going to circle back around. But what you have working for you is to use this whole adoption period or transitional period to really skill up and figure out how you can get involved and how you can learn about the technology to make yourself better so that when it comes, you're ready to jump in. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you guys in my next one. All my best.